This is Corey.
And Patricia.
And we are talking, and this is the name of our podcast.
We are talking.
And this is, if you haven't heard about Anchor Podcast, it's a free podcast. It's a free app where you can download your podcast. Right. They create certain tools that allow you to edit your own podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor, they're going to distribute your podcast, whether it's to Spotify, Apple, Google, or many more places. You also can make money from your podcast with no minimal listeners. It's easier. It's everything you need to make it a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Go.
This is Corey.
This is Patricia.
This is Corey and Patricia talking, and we're back with a new episode of our podcast.
Hello, welcome.
We thank y'all for joining us for this episode, for the festivities.
Yes.
How you been doing this week? It's Thursday. We haven't done a podcast. It ain't been that long. I think we've done one Saturday. We usually try to do two, but sometimes when you're busy,
Yeah, I've been great actually. I've been good. Work has been wonderful. How about you?
I've been doing okay. This week is kind of went by fast. It's already Thursday. It's Friday tomorrow.
I know, it is. It's going by.
So what you been up to this week? Chilling.
Working, and just trying to get my school things in order. I gotta go take an exam.
That's good. It's been fine for me. Been week been going by. It's been a lot going on, and in the news and in life.
Yeah,
so it's good to be back for this podcast.
I know you've been bugging me about it.
I just want to stay consistent. At the minimum, at least do one a week. I mean, we done one Saturday, so it's not like we done one 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I just like staying consistent.
Consistent.
Yeah, consistent. At least one, at the minimum, once or one a week. And sometimes we just busy. Like, we done one Saturday, but I didn't want to do one Sunday because usually we try to do one Friday and Sunday or Thursday and Sunday. But since we done it Saturday, I was like, let's do one. It was Tuesday, but then they had the debate. I said, let's do it Wednesday. But we were busy yesterday with Bible study online.
Yeah.
So I was like, we just do it today. So, any plans for the weekend?
Not that I know of. Actually, we got intercessory prayer on Saturday.
Again? Sounds like we just had that. You just had that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just 2 Saturdays out of a month.
What
Which
time?
is good, 9 o'clock.
9, okay. I might gotta adjust that 10, but...
No, I'm not doing that. It's gonna stay just like that. I mean, everybody coming out.
At least it ain't 8 o'clock. That was rough. People work all week. To get up 8 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah.
This ain't 1980 no more. This is 2020. If anybody's trying to get up, I understand that. I was like, for, what you call it?
Yeah. What?
The time I went for. Yeah, I went for. Has it?
No.
Nah, you fall back. So, yeah, spring forward and fall back. It happened. I guess it happened. Is it October or November? It's already. It's October the 1st.
I know.
September flew by.
I know. It's moving kind of quickly. Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah. So what's been on your mind this week?
Just thinking about the debate that went down.
Yeah.
It was
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. The war that went down. The war, not the war, but the war. Boy, went down. It really did. I think there's another one coming up October the 15th. And I've heard on the radio that they gonna mute the mic just in case someone, one of the other interrupt, you know, the other one from talking, from giving a.
Yeah, the debate was that's pretty much what I expected. I know a lot of people thought it started off okay, and they was giving each other talk. And
Right.
once they got the COVID, it was all over it. He threw out what did he say to Biden about when it happened during the Obama administration? The other one, you remember that thing that happened? People was getting sick, the Ebola virus, I believe.
Yeah,
People like 14,000, which is a lot of people. I mean, in a country full of 300 million, you don't sound a lot, but still 14,000. He was like, just 200,000 of them died, and that's when it went all over the place. Then
it seemed like Joe Biden really, really care about, about the people. How many people that that died or whatnot from the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he really showed sympathy.
Yeah. Well, and they was talking over each other, and then they started calling each other names. Then he said something about Joe Biden's son later on.
I know. I
think
heard
Joe Biden
that.
got a little upset. Yeah, because you watched most of it. Then I think you went to sleep. You still had it on. I heard it on your phone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness. It just got personal, man.
It did.
But if they would have let each other talk so we can really hear. And you got the next one, and it's in a couple weeks, where we have the vice president debate next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Between Senator Harris and Vice President Pence. They're not going to talk over each other. At least you get to hear something. But I don't know. The next one is the 15th and the 22nd, if they even have it.
Yeah, why you say if?
They're talking about it might not go down. Because the first one was so wild.
Yeah. So, what did you think about what Trump was saying?
I don't know. We already know their policies pretty much. You can go to their website.
Yeah.
Pretty much was just usually debates. You're supposed to, have out your vision and say what the other guy's vision is not right at the time or whatever. But they just got muddled. I mean, it's like I said, it started off fine. Once it got to COVID, talking about COVID, it just went haywire. They started off like the first 10, 15 minutes letting each other speak. It just went haywire after that. I made a list of all the stuff we want to talk about. Let me go find it. I saw an email out, I believe.
They was really, adamant about each other. What this person did, what this person didn't do.
Yeah.
And then what this person did, what this person didn't do. I'm like,
that's fine in the debate, as long as you still give each other room to speak.
Yeah.
They get their point off, and it was just they were interrupting each other.
Mm.
Trump done it more than Biden, but they still were interrupting each other. And I think I don't know. I think most people, I think there are very few undecideds, but I mean on a percentage scale, I think it's very few. I think most people are set who they're going to vote for.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the debates, I guess people was looking to see Joe how he was going to act. Cause they both in their 70. I think Trump at 74, 75.
Mm-hmm.
Biden 77, 78.
He up there. I can tell by the way he talk.
Who?
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
He like, man.
They're both in their 70, but I think he about 3 or 4 years older than Trump.
God almighty. I mean, what?
Yeah. Trump had all that makeup on. I mean, you just looked at the screen like, dang, Joe looked a lot older than him.
Yeah, Trump.
I was on Twitter as well. Some people said somebody should have put more makeup on Joe.
Yeah, he looked like he was in the sun on Donald Trump. He had a good tan. Yeah, it was. I said, look at him. Trying to look 30, 40 years younger than Joe Biden.
They put that stuff on. Stuff probably come off all over the place, man.
But that's another thing. Joe Biden, he was really calm.
Yeah.
He was really calm and laid back. He was. Not like.
I mean, he told Trump to shut up a couple times.
I know he was like, look,
called him a clown, and they got to call each other names,
Joe Biden called him a clown.
But it started off fine, then he got Trump started trolling him. It was like, you're 100 feet away with that huge mask on. And they talk about Edis. They start talking about people don't come to his rallies. I'm like, oh my goodness. Cause don't nobody come but 3 people. There they go. I spent a bunch of time laughing, man. I'll be honest with you. I was laughing.
I heard you laughing. I said, look, Corey going out. I listened to it again on the way to work.
No.
So, yeah. I listened to it like twice.
The debate?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta tie it up and go for it again. But maybe the second time is the charm. Probably not. The second time ain't gonna be the charm. It may start off better because I think Trump, well, according to the polls, he's behind, but the election is decided by the electoral college, so it's state by state.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those states, but if you look at the national poll, that's mostly like the raw vote total. But when you get inside the states are closer, and one candidate may be up. We don't got nothing to do with the national poll. That's like more aligned with the popular vote kind of. But the election's not decided by the popular vote. It's decided by the electoral college, which is state by state. So I think it's going to be close. But a lot of people saying if Trump don't do anything big to make up, that Biden could win in a landslide. But that's what some folks say, or some of the pundits, but I don't know. Look, the folks that are going to vote for Trump, they're going to turn out. 60 million plus are going to turn out and vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the enthusiasm on his side. The enthusiasm on Biden's side and Democrats is mainly anti-Trump. They just want to get him out of office. They got to get him out of office.
Yeah.
It's not like enthusiasm for the candidate. It's more like we just got to get Trump out. And Trump, people that vote for him and support him, they really like Trump and they push it. They're more enthusiastic. But you got people on the left are more enthusiastic to beat Trump. But is that enough to win an election, though? The polls say yeah, but I guess we got to find out. And I noticed that, we in our 40s, but usually candidates that have a great enthusiasm for them usually win the president elections that we've seen over the past few years. Because you can have that anti-vote, but the anti-other guy, that usually don't win when it comes to presidential elections. You had that people want to get Obama out. It didn't happen. He got reelected. People want to get Bush out. It didn't happen. He got reelected. People want to get Clinton out. It didn't happen. He was reelected.
That's true.
So the last 3 presidents,
before
Trump, the last 3 presidents have all won re-election. It has to be more than I just don't like the guy. We just got to get him out. You got to have a little enthusiasm for your candidate as well. So maybe this election will turn out different. And 2016, neither one of them was the incumbent. So, but when the incumbent runs, I think the last incumbent to lose was George Bush Sr. George W. Bush, his dad, when he lost to Clinton. If maybe Ross Perot would have got in, maybe he would have won re-election. And before that, Reagan won re-election. Before that, Jimmy Carter lost his second. But that's been so long ago.
Yeah.
The last person to lose re-election was George Bush Sr., which was in 91, 92.
Yeah.
So that's 30 years ago. Presidents just don't lose re-election. At least the last 3. So I look at the numbers and the people looking at the polls, it could play out different. But just having an this guy's horrible, he has to go. In the last couple presidential elections, for the incumbent, that hasn't worked. It didn't work against Obama, it didn't work against Bush, it didn't work against Clinton. We're going to see will it work against Trump. COVID and the economy. I guess Trump being Trump, I guess his own worst enemy sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His own worst enemy sometimes, but we'll see how it plays out. But if you look at from that point of view, it's tough to defeat an incumbent president.
Yeah.
And it just is. And a lot of people don't seem to be looking at that. They're just looking at the current polls. I'm sure Joe Biden probably is ahead, but when it comes down to state, man, you just don't know. And it depends on the state. Mm-hmm. So I mean, if they have a debate, I'm looking forward to the vice presidential debate next Tuesday. That should be interesting. So anything else you gotta
talk about? I just want to continue to talk about that.
Huh? I got a couple other things we're gonna.
Oh, okay. You just get right to it, baby. Do your thing. Do your thing.
What else you got to say about the debate?
I mean, they didn't too much talk about the stimulus package. They really was trying to avoid that particular.
Yeah, they might get into it the next debate. Cause usually certain debates, this was debate. I don't know. It was such a mess. Then usually the last debate is about foreign policy.
Mm-hmm.
So the next debate they may get into it. They didn't get it. They was talking over each other, and it just didn't work out the way. Maybe they don't do that. The thing is, when Trump get pissed, he start doing that stuff. He just go all out. So if he gets upset again, he's gonna go wacky wild again. Biden said something. I think it was about the COVID. They probably got under his skin. And he was like, "What about the Ebola? Well, all the people."
I know.
After that, that's when it went haywire. So if they have another debate, if he says something that get under Trump's skin, he's gonna go out again. He's gonna go off the reservoir again.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna know nothing about what their plan is. I want to hear if Biden does get reelected, what he gonna do next year? If the economy's still the way it is, things are still where it is, what he's gonna do about the economy, or what does Trump decide to do if he wins a second term? What is he gonna do next year?
Yeah.
Right now, the Democrats and Republicans are still having their little weirdo thing in Congress about the stimulus package. The Republicans have theirs out. They get no vote, then the Democrats put theirs out, and they got delayed, and they're just going back and forth with their plans instead of just coming together. Yeah. I understand an election, and they want to be the one that got it right. Well, I mean, both want to vote on it. So
it's gonna be something else. It is. It's gonna be like, yeah.
And also both sides are claiming if the other side wins, the end of the world. That always happens in politics. It's just the other guy just can't win. When he does, whoever wins, the other side is gonna be sick on their stomach. That's why I say I vote. I look at the issues. I vote what's best for me and our family, but I don't get too emotional tied to the stuff. Cause that's when people start talking crazy and just. You can click on YouTube and go to anybody, somebody that support Biden, or a liberal channel, or go to somebody that support Trump or a conservative channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's just straight nonsense. It's like it's no middle ground. There's no rationale. They all for them or all against them. And I can listen to some for a while. Like I listen to different people on YouTube.
Yeah.
After a while, I gotta switch it. So it's too much pro-Trump or it's too much anti-Trump. I can't take all that. Gotta mix some common sense stuff in there, some middle of the road stuff. I can't hear all one way or the other one. I listen to different. I like listen to people that don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the left, and people on the right that support them. I listen to a little bit of everything. Sometimes when they start getting crazy pro or crazy against, I always switch it. I gotta watch something else, man. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah. I guess it's good to know what that person is going to do for the nation.
Oh, just look at
really listen. Yeah, look at their plan. listen how they talk, listen have what they already accomplished.
Yeah. Looking at memes or looking at somebody's skewed vision of what they think it is.
Yeah. I noticed.
Even on Instagram, you go to somebody's page, you like them, it's all, or they absolutely hate them. It's straight negative. It's be weird stuff, either for or pro, and sometimes that stuff just it's getting worse after that first debate when he said certain things like stand down and stand back, and it just got crazy.
Yeah, I heard when he said that.
And I was on Instagram. Oh my God, it's just some people absolutely don't like him. They're gonna put all horrible stuff. People that's for him gonna put all positive stuff. It ain't all bad or good, but it's depending on what point of view you're coming from. Because people with Trump, is barely any middle ground. It's like you either love him
or you don't,
or you hate him. I mean, it's a little middle ground. But the people that love him, love him. The people that hate him, truly hate him, man.
Yeah.
You like, good Lord. You know, a meme ain't gonna make anybody vote any other way. Do your own research. What you was about to say? I cut you off.
They got some horrible memes of Trump.
Yeah, I cut you off.
Horrible.
I cut you off earlier.
Oh yeah, I was about to say I noticed that usually before the candidate becomes or run to be president, they're coming from being a senate or a governor.
Yeah.
Senator or a governor for a state, for a different state, of course. So I noticed that.
Yeah.
And they have military background. They have.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't.
Okay.
It's a little bit like, let me see. Trump don't. Biden don't have no military background.
I know Obama did.
No, I don't think he had he had no military background. I think it's granddad, but he as a person didn't.
Oh, okay.
They actually won now. That used to be a big thing, but now it's just not.
Yeah. Okay.
So other thing, what else you got to say on that?
That's it about that.
I was also I made a list this time. I got to go back to doing this. Hold on. Well, the census. I'm trying to find my little list there. I just closed it out, Lord. Talk about the census.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting down to the nitty gritty with the census.
Just talking about how important it is to fill it out. Let me find my list. I was just on there. And I lost it that fast.
Yeah, it's very important.
Some people don't think. I know, because it took me about a month and a half to actually fill it out. I got the thing, and we got it in the mail. I looked at it. I was like, here, I'll do it.
You know, I didn't
and think... I put it to the side, and I forgot about it. Maybe a month or two went by. And I went online and just went on and knocked it out instead of mailing that card back. Let me get this, because it is.
I didn't think that the census was important as much as it is now, you know. But now I see and I know that it's very important, you know.
What did I do with my list I made? That's a trip now. I can't find it. There's some other stuff I want to talk about if I can find it.
So, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
The census came, you know, the census worker that came over here.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday.
Yeah, I went on here. I normally fill it out. But I just forgot about it. I saw the little, they were like, fill out the census months ago.
Yeah.
The thing came into me, I looked at it, I got put it on the table, forgot about it. And I was thinking I'll be at work, I'll be like, I'm going to fill the census out. You just forget sometimes.
Yeah.
I said, because you can just bring it up online and just fill it out.
I know if I forget something, you'd be like, what? You forgot? Yada, 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 yada. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Okay, so why is the census important? The census population count determines how many representatives each state will have in Congress for the next 10 years and how much federal funding for communities receive for roads, school, housing, social programs. So you could be helping your side of wherever part of the country you live at. You could be helping your community out to get funding for all kind of different things. I think some people don't realize that.
Yeah, they
They
don't.
think it's personal, man. And
yeah, because the lady, when she came over here on yesterday, she was talking about our neighbors, and she was like, well, she said they got really bad attitude with her. She was like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm like, wow. So
I think some people don't know. They think it's an invasion of privacy.
yeah.
But it's when you complaining about this side of town got all the stuff, or they got this hospital built, or they got something built for the community, or they get better roads. You gotta fill out your census so that funding can get allocated to your neighbor. I think a lot of people don't. A lot of times, people fall into it. Oh, the census is trying to know how many people in the household and all that stuff. They don't realize that, and that's just with education. Like I said, we live in a age where everything is people just don't trust people. They don't trust the media. They don't trust the government.
That's so true.
So it's a big trust issue.
Yep.
Like, what they so nosy for? I wouldn't want to be no census worker. People are what? You run around bugging people. Probably some job. You pay $15 an hour, go down and do that.
Yeah.
And so I went on here and filled it out a couple months ago online. It said the census to avoid fraud. I'm on what website I'm on? I'm on some news. That's from
What website?
It's not the census website. It's ABC website. It said the census is important to determine 6 ways to legally enter or who is counted. Everyone living in the USA is conducted, including children, babies, homeless people living in shelters, immigrants. I don't know how they do that. How does the census begin? You can go online. I went online and filled those out for our household.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I done it about a month and a half ago. Remember, I kept putting it off.
Yeah.
Because they have sent that thing in the mail a couple of times, the little postcard. I said, let me in a little envelope thing. And you can just bring it up online, put your info in, and just your address. And let me do this online. Because I've always done it. I've done it last time I filled one out. They all stand in an apartment. I don't know how often you fill these things up.
I think like once a year, right? That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Like what? Usually once a year.
Be a census worker. I don't want to be no census worker. You can apply as a government job. It said avoiding fraud. It said a census will not ask for your social security number or financial information like your bank account, credit card, money, or donation. If a census worker visits your home, they will always show valid identification from the Census Bureau. You can't confirm they are a valid employee by going to the United States Census Bureau website and entering their name. Okay. You can enter their name and I guess their picture or stuff will pop up. You're like, okay, you're a worker. What was the census worker you spoke to? I didn't speak to. What was she talking about?
She was talking about the neighbors, how many people live in their homes.
Yeah, when you ask people that, if they don't know.
Yeah, I told her I didn't know. I told them not sure.
Not you. I'm just saying
okay.
when you come and ask somebody.
Yeah.
If you're a census worker, or I'm a census worker, and I show up at your house, just say I'm just a random guy. I show up at your house, say I'm a census worker. Okay, here's my ID. How many people live in? You gonna be like, what?
That's what I was looking at. I was looking at her. I'm like, okay, I don't know.
How you gonna ask me if somebody else?
I know.
But I understand they want to get people to feel, especially, in your community, they want you to get the funding. But I know that it just for me, it's like.
She was really adamant about those Hispanics, though. She really was.
It's just a trust issue, especially if you might not be. You come. Maybe you're all legal or not. You don't want people asking. You don't know who they are. You might think they ICE or something. You don't know.
Yeah. So
I understand that. You might. What who? Some random person to come ask you how many people stay with you.
Yeah, it's like give an estimate. How many people live in the home? Like, huh? I don't
They ain't
know.
my job to do that now.
I'm not a census. That's your job.
Exactly. Yeah, I understand that. You just roll up on somebody, they're gonna be like, "What? Wait a minute now. How many people live with who?" They just don't trust. They just trust. And especially if you don't speak English, your English is okay. They ask you how many people stay in your house. That's gonna draw for you. It's gonna be red flags if you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring that list up, man. I don't know. I sent it to myself, but now I can't find it. I just had it on my phone.
Did you erase it or something?
I don't know if I did. Let me go to my let me go to drafts. I emailed it myself.
Did you?
I texted to my email. What else? It was some other stuff I want to talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about something, baby, while I look for the stuff.
Well, I noticed that the ethnicity of that woman, she looked like she was Hispanic as well, and so she was kind of asking me, giving an estimate about how many Hispanics live in the home. She asked me.
Okay, I got it. I
two or
deleted
three
it.
homes. I mean, how many people live in the home? I'm like, what?
How are we gonna know? I mean, you notice your neighbors, you wave at them, you may speak to them. I'm not gonna notice anybody who's saying that.
I know. I was like,
and that's not our job to do that.
Right.
You just be guessing like somebody else. And I understand she really wanna get the numbers because it helps that side. It helps you get funding fix the roads, for schools, for other stuff. And especially if people don't know, they may got to do a little more thing with educating people on the census. I think a lot of people.
Yeah. What you got there, baby?
I also want to talk about life insurance.
Okay.
About how important it is. Life insurance is kind of high too, ain't it?
It depends on where, I guess.
Yeah, if you got any other stuff going on in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this guy that I talked to over the phone. He did insurance. He was asking me about how's my health and stuff, things like that. And he was telling me how I would get like $1 million if I be, not dead, but just paralyzed from the neck down. I would get $1 million. I'm like, how in the world I'm gonna get $1 million? What I'm gonna do with $1 million? I can't do nothing. I can't go shopping. Nothing like that. I'm gonna be paralyzed. What the world I'm gonna do with $1 million? Watch everybody else spend my money.
Pay the bills. It helps your family if something happens to you.
Yeah, but he was talking like, yippee, you're gonna get $1 million.
Yeah,
you be paralyzed from the neck down, but you still get $1 million. What?
That's not a good seller. You gotta really. Life insurance is important. Like if something happened, who's gonna pay for the funeral? And you got medical bills. It's all kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. We finna get a stimulus check.
It says no bar. They just passed the deal. Remember the House passed it a while ago.
Yeah.
Then the Republicans rejected theirs, and
but
Republicans put theirs.
Yeah.
That's just the House, though, baby.
Corey, why you gotta be?
It's just real.
You gotta
so the House just approved another 2.2. They just approved it the other month, and the Republicans didn't vote on it. The Republicans brought their own. Remember the Republicans brought their own a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And the Democrats in the House re-brought another one. That's what that is. They re-brought another one. And the Republicans, watch, they're going to re-bring one from the Senate. They're going to re-bring theirs. And then they just got to combine it and work it out.
But it said 2.2. That's what the Republicans want.
They wanted 1 point something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 1.2, 1.5.
But that's just a Democratic House. You see it didn't say it's a bipartisan deal.
Yeah, I saw
The Senate got to pass it too. That means what they done when the Democrats passed it a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago. Republicans, I guess they didn't. They gonna bring their own, and they brought their own a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the Democrat House brought another one. And watch the Republican Senate gonna bring another one. And they gotta just work the weeds out. It's just an election year. The Republicans gonna bring another one of theirs. That's gotta pass the Senate, which you probably won't.
Don't be saying that.
It could, but
that ain't going.
Yeah, it just popped up on my wife's phone, I guess, from seeing the House pass another stimulus. They've been passing it, but they get rejected by the Republican Senate.
Yeah, you talking like that? That ain't the Lord now.
Hey, nah.
That
ain't the Lord. It's the politicians.
Yeah.
Cause they vote on the stuff.
Okay, what you got going on with the insurance?
No, we were just talking about how
important it
we
is.
got to do my job, but we trying to get it outside source too.
Yeah.
And I know I've done some quotes. It's high.
Yeah.
You know, if you you know, healthy or younger, it'll be a little more expensive. As you get older, I think your price kind of goes up.
Down. Okay.
It might go down, but it's been going up. I guess it just depends.
If you're young and healthy, it'd be up.
Yeah.
If you old and frail and 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot
It'd be
on
more
the
expensive, won't it? So if you die, that's when they got to pay out.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing to have. It helps your family. It helps your kids and grandkids. It helps the next generation.
Yeah.
And that's how I read somewhere. That's how generational wealth also is passed.
Yeah.
Life insurance. We know when people don't have life insurance, you calling your whole family up for some money. You got a GoFundMe page.
Yeah, Corey, let me get $5.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I mean to read some stats, man, but
what else you got?
Hold on. I still want to talk about life insurance. I'm gonna go to news. I'm gonna go sign and do some quotes.
Really? Why are we on podcast?
No, not now.
Be singing in the background. Okay, well, anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm just looking at some life insurance stuff. You know, talked about election. Talked a little bit about the stimulus. I wasn't gonna really talk about that, but
what?
The stimulus. Yeah, I found it in my email. I guess I not deleted it, but put it in the trash.
Yeah.
I guess my hand might have hit the button and moved it to the trash. So what else you want to talk about?
That's about it.
What's going on in the regular news? Well, that's been the regular news.
Entertainment. J-Lo got a new video out. So I've heard.
I don't know what's going on in here.
J-Lo about what? 60 something?
I don't think she knows 60.
Oh.
Come on.
She about 40, 45, something like that.
She's not 45. Let me look her age.
She ain't no 30. She ain't no spring chicken.
I thought she was in her 50s.
Oh.
51.
Oh, okay.
So what else we were talking about? You finished?
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
I guess that's what. And we want to, in the future, go on like certain topics when we do our podcast. Like my wife want to do another part of that faith and, what was it?
The difference between faith and belief.
Faith and belief.
Yeah.
We done that a while ago. We ain't finished up in that part too. We want to be ready with it. Have the scriptures and have our personal opinions down. Ready to go.
I don't want to just tell the people anything.
Yeah, we just want to take our time and be putting that together.
Yeah, you hear that, you guys? It's not going to be quick or, anything like that. We have to take our time. We have to know what we're talking about. So
anything else you got to add on this episode?
No, I'm good.
I'm good too. We
What?
want to thank y'all for joining us on this podcast. I guess the way we got it set up right now, I feel sleepy, man. I don't know. It's just weird how we got it set up. We want to thank y'all for joining us on this episode. This is Corey.
And this is Patricia.
This is Corey and Patricia talking. We thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a nice week.